How's it, guys? This is Dayvy FPL, and I'm back again for another fantasy Premier League video. Firstly, I just want to say I apologize if there's any background noise. It's currently raining by me. I don't think it should be too bad, but if there is, I apologize. And then I also just want to ask you guys if you can just follow me on Twitter. This is my account here, Dayvy FPL. It's just that I post the teams and I answer a lot of questions on here. And last week, a lot of people were commenting and asking me when the final video is going to be out or the final team. And I'm posting the final team and all the transfers on Twitter. So that's where you're going to see it. So I can't really create another video just to upload my final team, but I do post it on Twitter. So just head over and follow me, and that'll be much appreciated. Now let's get straight into Game Week 20. Obviously, if you watched the last video, you saw me use my wild card, but if you didn't, I did. I made a couple transfers, not that many, about 4 or 5, but I didn't really need to. But I'm glad I did in the end. But I ended up with 67 points, which was above the average of 50, and saw a nice little green arrow from the 500 mark to about the 300 mark. So my current overall rank is 339, which I'm quite happy about. So let's just head on over to the team and we'll take a look at where those 67 points were scored. So I ended up getting 2 points from Fabianski, which was quite disappointing, especially when I had Button on the bench with 9. I don't really know what happens with West Ham. They blow a little bit of hot and cold. One week they're doing well, the next they're not. This was one of those weeks. Maybe it was down to a little bit of fatigue, but they ended up losing to Burnley 2-0. So quite disappointing, especially considering Burnley have been getting smashed recently. But there's not much you can do. I still think he's a good keeper option. Just gonna have to monitor his points over the next couple of weeks because obviously West Ham don't have the best clean sheet record, but Fabianski does have good saves, so we'll see how it goes. Then Digne, also disappointed with him. He ended up just scoring 2 points. Everton lost their game. I think it was 1-0. But yeah, they lost 1-0 at Brighton away. So I was expecting a little bit more from him, but obviously I'm going to start on those points, those 2 goals he scored last game week. So I brought him in hoping that he could give me some of those points, but hasn't really done it so far. But I'm keeping faith with him. I'm sure that over Everton's nice run of fixtures in the coming weeks, he will score lots. Then I have Doherty with 5 points. He ended up getting an assist against Spurs. Very surprising result. He was actually on my bench. I was playing Kiko Femenia, but luckily Kiko didn't play and Doherty came on and gave me those 5 points. Great option. Good fixtures coming up. They do play City in not this game week, next game week. So that's not ideal, but he should be fine for the future. Then Robbo got 1 point. Great game against Arsenal. Liverpool ended up winning 5-1. Arsenal's goal was good, to be fair, so maybe Robbo doesn't deserve the clean sheet, but when you win 5-1, it's a little bit disappointing when the player of that team doesn't get more points than 1. So he's a great player. I won't drop him. He's the best defender in FPL, so gonna hold on to him. Liverpool have a nice round of fixtures after the Man City game, but maybe even against the Man City game, it could be a repeat of the last fixture, which was a 0-0. So maybe Robbo will get a clean sheet. Then we have Salah, who got 12 points. Great, he got a goal and an assist, and he could have had another goal, but he ended up giving the penalty to Firmino for his hat trick. The nice thing to know is that I also stated this on Twitter before the game week started, is that Milner was reported out, so that means that Salah's on pens. So whenever James Milner doesn't play, Salah will take the pens, which is quite helpful because James Milner is kind of at the point where he doesn't play every game. He gets rotated in the midfield quite a bit, or he plays the right back position, but now Trent's back, so that's not too much of a problem. So Salah's looking a great option. He's returned, I think, three figures. Yeah, he's got 12 points, 12 points. So looking quite worth his price tag right now. And when you take a look at Liverpool's upcoming fixtures, it looks like a great option and almost essential. So very happy with him. I'm glad I stayed and kept him in my team even through the wild card. Then we have Richarlison on 2 points, as I've spoken about Everton's poor fixtures. I'll actually just include Felipe Anderson as well because he also got 2 points. So West Ham and Everton assets were quite disappointing. Both teams lost. Wasn't really expecting that. Can't really put too much blame on yourselves for bringing those players in or having those players still. It just was almost like a freak fixture. But both teams are a little bit worrying because they do, as I say, blow hot and cold. Then Pogba, with the 18 points. I was looking at my phone's notifications and I saw that Pogba scored within the first 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, well that's the transfer. Makes the transfer look good already. So I wonder how much he's going to get. He did hit the post, so he could have had a hat trick, but he ended up with 2 goals and an assist. I'm very happy with him. He looks like a rejuvenated player under Solskjaer, so can't complain too much over 18 points. I just sad I didn't captain him or Salah, but I went with Kane. But yeah, lots of people transferring Pogba in. I don't know about the Newcastle fixture away. I think it's quite a tough one, and then the Spurs fixture away is also quite tough. I just think that the price rises are going to force people into moves though, because he's going to go up probably another time before the deadline. Yeah, so if you have him, keep hold of him. If you get him in, you can get him in, or just be a little bit wary of those 2 upcoming fixtures. But Man United are playing so well that maybe you can just bring him in even over tough fixtures. Then we have Hazard with 3 points. Disappointing. I'm not going to say I was a little bit unsurprised though, because Crystal Palace have kept 3 clean sheets in their last 3 home games. So definitely not a pushover team right now. I was disappointed though that Chelsea did end up scoring, but Hazard wasn't involved. Yeah. I'm keeping him though for the next 2 fixtures are probably some of the 2 best fixtures in the league. So we'll see what Hazard can do over those 2, and then we'll maybe look at other assets. Then Jimenez, also one of these silent warriors of my team, ended up with 8 points, a goal against Spurs. Glad I ended up playing him over Kamara. Obviously, you know that with Kamara, he ended up taking the ball away from Mitrovic and then missed the penalty. So yeah, I don't think he's too much of um, a fan of Mitrovic or whatever, and I don't think Ranieri is too much of a fan of him currently. So we'll see how that plays out. I think he might be benched for the next game, but we'll talk about that in my team preview for Gameweek 21. Then Kane with 6 points. Happy that my captain ended up returning. If you looked at the goal, it was quite a good goal. It was a shot outside the box though. A little bit worrying from Kane was his performance. He didn't really have too many shots on targets and touches in the box or shots in the box. So I'll have to monitor that situation. He does have some nice fixtures that are coming up, and what I hope is that he plays the next one and then he gets a rest in the FA Cup fixture. Because I think Spurs are looking a little bit tired. Especially when you consider that Son, who's been probably their best player, or has been their best player over the last few weeks, is leaving to the Asia Cup soon. So a little bit worrying for Spurs. They have some decent fixtures. Obviously, the Man United fixture is not ideal, but after that, they have some short fixtures. So we'll be monitoring Kane, though, because he is quite expensive. Then, obviously, on my bench, I've spoken about Button with 9 points. A little bit disappointing, but I pretty much was never going to play him. I just brought him in as to have the option if I do need to play him, as I was on wildcard. Then Kamara with the -1. I've spoken about that. Then Kiko Firmino was benched. Actually, I think I'm right in saying this, but the whole Watford defense was rotated. So, not much you can do about that. I'm happy I didn't bring Holobus in for him because he ended up getting a 1-point appearance, so Doherty wouldn't have come on then. And then Wan-Bissaka had a 2-point cameo. He played very well, apparently. I didn't watch the game, but if you look at the stats, Wan-Bissaka is pretty much almost one of the best defenders in the world right now. That's just based on stats, not my opinion, so don't crucify me. But I think he's definitely looking like he has potential, and considering that I was one of the people that bought him in for 4 million, like a lot of others, I'm definitely holding on to him because he's gone up quite a lot in price. So just in terms of the transfers, I was quite happy because Sane ended up not starting. He came on for a 1-point appearance as well. Can't be too mad if that happened because you can't blame yourself because Sane looked like he was going to start. If I had done the prediction, I would have predicted that maybe Mahrez played in instead of Sterling, but Mahrez played instead of Sane. So pretty much he'll play the next game, maybe against Liverpool. Not an ideal fixture, obviously, but not much you can do about that. I think a lot of people are going to be transferring out their Man City assets to United assets this week. As Man City did bounce back with a 3-1 over Southampton, but a lot of their big players didn't end up getting the points. Sterling, obviously, with that cross for the own goal, ended up only getting an assist, and their defense obviously left in another goal. So the Man City defense is not looking that great. So we'll talk about that maybe in the upcoming game week. So just again, 67 points saw me up rise in rank to 339. So if you look at my team for the deadline, I just want to say that this video will be coming out on the Monday, today, which is the Monday, and the deadline is tomorrow, which is Tuesday. So don't let it catch you off guard. Be prepared for it, and make your transfers maybe today, in coming of the price rises tonight. So if we talk about my team for next fixture, I'm going to be playing Fabianski versus Brighton. My keepers are playing each other, so it's going to be quite interesting. I just find that Brighton away from home are pretty bad, but then Brighton at home are like they're a different team. I remember hearing the stat that they actually bench Glenn Murray because they know they're bad away from home, so they don't want to risk him getting injured. So I mean that probably speaks for enough for itself. So I'll be playing Fabianski. Hopefully West Ham can bounce back. They haven't been that bad away from home, so well, they haven't been bad at home. Sorry. So we'll see how that goes. Then we have Doherty for the Crystal Palace fixture at home. I actually kept him for this fixture. I was going to transfer him out maybe to one of the Leicester defenders, which I was happy I didn't because they ended up not getting a clean sheet. Or I was going to bring in Luke Shaw, and he also didn't get a clean sheet. So but I was saving Doherty for this fixture because now he doesn't look that bad to hold. Just the Man City fixture, but then look at all these. That's perfect. Then I have Robbo versus Man City. Obviously not an ideal fixture. Away from home is not that great, but I'm just basically hoping for some attacking returns. I'm pretty sure City will score. I think it's either going to be a high-scoring game or it's going to be a 0-0. I don't think it's going to be a 1-0 or whatever. So I'm just hoping for something from Robbo. He's a class defender and a class player, so hopefully he can. Also something that he's pretty much assured to start because Klopp took him off during the Arsenal game because he was scared he was going to get sent off. So that's pretty much the most confirmation that you're going to get that he's going to start. Then I have Digne against Leicester, also hoping that Everton can bounce back. He should be able to get something from this game, so I'm just holding thumbs. Then we have Felipe Anderson against Brighton. Again, along with Richarlison, I just hope that they can bounce back and get some form in and get some goals at home. Then I have Pogba against Newcastle. A little bit of a tough fixture. I don't think Newcastle are that bad defensively, especially at home. So I don't know if I'm expecting that much from Pogba, but you never know. Maybe he will get another almost hat trick. So I'm got to play him. I'm glad I bought him in for those points because now even if he doesn't perform for the next two, it's kind of I've already got points from him. So I wasn't really missing out on much. Then I have Salah against Man City. Also a good fixture. If you don't know, I think it was Delph that got sent off, so he's banned for the Man City game. So I'm pretty happy if Salah is versing any one of either Zinchenko or Danilo or Laporte. If Salah does play on the wing, which I'm pretty sure Klopp will play a 4-3-3. So we'll just have to see with that. I'm pretty sure Salah will get a goal or an assist or something from that fixture. Then we have Hazard, who's right now is probably going to be my captain. I think he has the best fixture. I always prefer the home fixtures to the away ones. So hopefully he can get a return from this fixture. If you saw that Giroud went off with crutches from the stadium in the game last night, so we could see a return of Hazard to the false nine position, which he hasn't been performing that badly in. And obviously Hazard's on pens, so that's also helpful. Then I have Kane versus Cardiff away. Pretty good fixture, to be honest. I just don't know about Kane. He might get limited minutes, or Cardiff aren't that bad, almost at home. So we'll have to see with that one. He's currently my vice captain because I just prefer Hazard's option. Then I have Jimenez against Crystal Palace. The home fixture makes it a little better because Crystal Palace at home are better defensively, but away from home, I'm not really sure. And Wolves are looking quite good for a team that's just been promoted. So I'm hoping Jimenez can get something out of that game. He should be able to. Shouldn't be too tough. He's been playing well over the past couple fixtures. Then obviously just Button on my bench. Kiko Firmino against Bournemouth away. Bournemouth at home, I expect to score, so I'm not that keen on playing him. Wan-Bissaka away against Wolves. Obviously, I have Jimenez, so I don't really want to play Wan-Bissaka. Then Kamara against Arsenal. I don't even know if he's going to be playing. So yeah. Then the other thing I wanted to say is that I'm through in the cup as well. So I think this is the furthest I've got in the cup ever. I think it's round 6 now, so hopefully I can win that game as well, and then we can be looking at quite a nice cup finish. So yeah, basically, nice rank up to 339. Pretty happy with it. I'm just going to talk about a couple of transfer options that maybe I will be making in the future. Currently, this week, I'm looking to keep hold of the transfer and just maybe playing with 2 transfers next game week, as I have a lot of time to make those transfers. After this game on the midweek fixtures, there's FA Cup games on the weekend, and then only the next weekend there's the next game week. So there's quite a lot of time between that to make some decisions and whatever. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. One option that I'm kind of keeping my eye on is Solanke from Liverpool. He's rumored to be moving to Crystal Palace on loan, who desperately need a striker. So obviously he hasn't really played for Liverpool. He does have this little bit of an injury, but I don't know if it's that serious because he's not really a first team starter for Liverpool. I think they kind of don't pay that much attention to him injury wise. So I think that's why FPL just has this muscle injury unknown return date. So if he does come in for Crystal Palace, I think it should be quite a good move. Obviously, Palace's fixtures aren't the best, but he is a cheap striker of 4.7, and I can afford him if I transfer out Kamara. So that's one of the options I'm looking at. Another option I'm kind of looking at the moment for this game week is maybe bringing in a Chelsea defender. I don't really know about this one because the only way I could do it is transferring out Robertson, and I don't really know if I'm comfortable losing all the value that I have with him. Obviously, 6.6, I would be selling him for 6.3. That's a loss of 0.3 million, so not too happy with that. But I just think this Chelsea fixture of Southampton at home and Newcastle at home is pretty decent. So yeah, that's also an option I'm kind of considering. Probably not going to make it, but it's just there. And then some of the other options that I was also looking at is maybe bringing in a Watford guy with these 3 fixtures. That would be for Richarlison, but I don't know if I'm comfortable transferring him out. Currently, what I'm looking at doing maybe is waiting to see how West Ham do, and then maybe transferring him out, Felipe Anderson out after this Arsenal fixture, because then their fixtures turn a little bit, not the worst fixtures, but out of 9, they play 3 of the top 6, so that's not the best, but whatevs. Yeah, so that's basically going to wrap it up for this game week preview and game week 20 review. So I just want to say the next game week will obviously happen after New Year's, so that I want to wish you guys a happy New Year's, and I hope that you do something for the New Year's, maybe a countdown or whatever. Or if you're going out, be safe. And then yeah, I think the next game week's going to be a cracker again. So hopefully we can get all those FPL points and get those green arrows in 2019 as well. So yes, as I said, please follow me on Twitter for final updates. And please comment down below if you have any questions or want to tell me about how you did this week, or where your rank is at for that update on the final FPL year review that I'm going to do for my last video. So yeah, please like the video as well. I saw we hit like 120 likes on the last video, which is absolutely crazy. Thanks a lot for the support, guys. And then please subscribe down below if you want more FPL content, and hit that notification bell if you want to get notifications of my videos. And then otherwise, as I said, comment down below if you have any questions, or you can also tweet me on Twitter and I will reply. I'm pretty good with replying. So yeah, so thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for the support again, and Happy New Year's. This has been Dayvy FPL, and I'm out. Cheers. Bye.